Yeah, so Milton's Paradise Lost, Milton wanted he wanted an epic for Christianity the way that the Iliad is an epic for Greek culture. And so he took this story of the war in heaven, which really isn't in the Bible, right? That if we would expect Genesis to begin, and then before Adam and Eve there was a big war in heaven. It's not there, right? You have to kind of read between the lines of the Bible to find this story. So he writes it out, and when I talk about this with my students, I say it's kind of like the Avengers movies, right? The big bad in the Avengers movies is Thanos, but Thanos is misguided, right? He wants to do good. He wants to help the universe, but the way that he's doing it is really callous and destructive. You have to do that as a good storyteller. If your bad guy is just evil for the sake of being evil, it's not a good story, right? It's a much better story if there is something noble about them that's been perverted. So that's what Milton did. Milton, I don't think, ever wanted to make people like Satan, but he did kind of give Satan some good qualities. Satan is noble, and what the Satanists really admire is Milton's Satan never ever backs down, right? Because I mean, he's gonna lose, right? He's been condemned to hell for thousands of years, and he's just kind of like, is that the best you got, condemning me to hell for eternity, right? And there's a speech which they use in their rituals sometimes where he says something like, basically, if you send me to hell, I'm going to make hellfire my weapon, and that I will come back at you with, it's really poetic language, like black fire and infernal siege weapons or something like that, right? And it sounds really badass. And I think Milton just wanted to have a compelling villain for his epic. But not long after Milton, some people, especially Europeans who were frustrated with the monarchy or frustrated with the authority of the Catholic Church, identified with Satan in that story and said Satan is standing up to God, a tyrant, in the same way that we're standing up to, the King of France, right? So people like Victor Hugo became very kind of sympathetic towards Satan, at least as a literary character. And it's out of that moment that the kind of seeds of Satanism kind of begin.